Welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be slightly different. Everything is changing. This is the crypto life update. Now, it's been a very interesting video. It's been a very interesting journey so far, going all the way back towards the end of 2016. And it's crazy to see how fast things have changed. The crypto market in particular has been, it's been a life changer for many people, many of our students. Even our portfolio has done tremendous. It's literally been insane. And for those of you that have been in the space quite early, then you're probably seeing those same changes in your portfolio, in your net worth, etc. But in this video, I'm going to talk a bit about my perspective, my journey, and where I believe this overall space will go, right? Now, firstly, the first thing I have to do is go on to a Bitcoin chart, because as you guys know, whether you're here on our channel for our OMI content, for our Polkadot channel content, our chain content, regardless, Bitcoin is the coin of them all. It's the gold standard of the cryptocurrency space. We cannot speak about crypto without mentioning Bitcoin. And as it's now becoming a true store of value, I feel like I have to go back and walk you through what has happened, what's happening now, and what's likely to happen in the future. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is go on a log chart. Why do we go on a log chart? Because as you guys can see, this is how price looks currently. But when we go on a log chart, we can almost see a better perspective of the market, right? We can see price from a bird's eye view. It kind of zooms the chart out. As you can see from 2011, you can almost see the rhythm of this overall chart and how we've almost trended pretty much to the upside, even with the pullbacks that have occurred, right? And we're now at $66,000 per coin. In 2011, price went as low as, wait for it, $1.89. Let's just confirm whether that is the cheapest price that OMI, where Bitcoin went to. Let's just double check. Let's see. So $2.18. That's the lowest price Bitcoin when. Now, why am I showing you 2011 in perspective, in particular? Because guys, this is what many of the cryptocurrencies that we're looking at now, this is how it looks, right? It starts off maybe at a price, so it started off at $12, then it crashed within its first year, went all the way as low as $2.18. Now, imagine how the people who bought Bitcoin at this time were feeling, right? Think about some of the projects that you've bought into now. Think about how you feel. You feel like giving up. You feel like you've made a mistake, right? So many of these people would have given up on the journey. They would have given up completely. But what kept them going? Probably they saw the long-term value of the space. They truly believed that this had the potential to change the financial system, and they were voting by buying Bitcoin, basically betting on that change. Now, what would have some other people done? They would have cut their losses and said, you know what? It was worth it. I'm happy to take the gamble at the time. Unfortunately, I'm going to take the loss. I've wiped out most of my gain, my capital. I'm out. I've heard it from a friend. That's why I bought, etc. They left the market in a loss, right? And these are typically people that are buying Bitcoin or buying coins, not based on their own research, but just based on the information of a friend. They don't see the value in the actual project, which is why they abort ship when things are going bad. Now, let's talk about some of the projects that you're in currently, because again, I want to relate this back to the projects that you are currently in yourself, right? You're seeing the exact same pattern. Now, for you to stick with it, and stick through the project through thick and thin, would require you to understand that project like the back of your hand and believe it truly has potential for the long term. It really has the potential to change whatever it is whether it's an NFT project, you believe it will change the NFT space. If it's a DeFi project, you believe it will truly revolutionize the financial system, right? Regardless, it's important that you have that mentality and could almost believe that what happened with Bitcoin can happen with that coin that you're buying now. And remember, guys, the people that were buying Bitcoin 2011, these people had no information to back test. They had, it takes so much strength to just hold on, right? When this happens, especially when the crypto space is completely new. Whereas you have the opportunity here right in front of you in 2021 to see live back testing, to see so much material online, to see so much information online, the abundance of knowledge, right? So there's no excuse. And then guess what happens, guys? 2012, price goes back up to all-time highs. And then maybe some of the people that were in this say, you know what, I've made my money back, I'm out. It was a real panic. I invested too much money that I couldn't have. I'm taking my profit and I'm running. They come out, but some people still stick through this journey. And then guess what, guys? Price goes as high as $289 in 2013. Guess what? They bought in at $11, or maybe they bought in at all-time low. They've made a tremendous return. They're out the market. Then price pulls all the way back to $58. So we go from $261 all the way back to $63. Guess what? People that buy in here, they exit, new traders come on board. Then we see the same process. 2013, price goes as high as $1,100. And then of course we see a pullback all the way back to $147. So guys, you get the picture here, right? This is a real journey, right? It's a marathon and it's not a sprint. No matter what project you're currently looking at, it's important to have that long-term perspective, as you guys can see here. And then when we fast forward all the way back in 2017, again, this is where we started buying Bitcoin heavy. Price was as cheap as $700. I remember this like it was yesterday. And I remember saying to people, you know what? It makes sense just to own one, right? That's the perspective that you wanted to have, right? If it works, it works. If it doesn't, at least you just own one, right? Obviously, some people would have listened, some people wouldn't have listened. Again, it's all dependent on your own personal experience and how you personally feel, because at the end of the day, guys, it's not financial advice. It's not, you must do this. It's all depending on you and your knowledge and your conviction in the space. Then we see price go as high as $20,000 in 2017, and of course price goes back and is down for 4 years, back to $3,000. And then of course we bought heavy on there. We have a live story actually that we posted when we bought heavily at this area as well. And then lo and behold, price is as high as $63,000. Now, I'll wrap up that story just there because it shows you a timeline of Bitcoin. Now, to say that we're going to hit 100K this year is pretty much inevitable. But I believe we hit 500K to $1 million per Bitcoin before the end of 2030. It is pretty much inevitable at this point. Yes, we're going to see these massive pullbacks again. Do I see price going back to $20,000 anytime soon? No, I don't. When we hit 100K, will price go back to $50,000? Very plausible. Yes, very likely. However, with the momentum and the institutional players that are now coming into this, those are going to be the main drivers of Bitcoin. So we could literally just see this trend for the next few years. Literally trend to the upside. We can see a complete decorrelation of cryptocurrencies, and they start to have more minds of their own, etc. But that's a story for another day. Let's just go back to, why did I get into the cryptocurrency space, right? And for those of you that have made it this far in the video, thanks for watching. And again, this story you'll pretty much learn from. So As you guys know, we've been in the FX market, the stock market for years now, for absolute years. So we have over 10 years. Me myself personally have over 10 years experience in the foreign exchange market. That's the trading of currencies, and over 10 years experience in the stock market, and that's of course trading equities, stocks, etc. I actually was an early investor in Tesla as well. That's a story for another year, for another day. Sorry. And obviously commodities, gold, crude oil, etc. And our team has a combined experience of over 20 years in the markets, and this is technical and fundamental analysis. So we, of course, were trading the markets. We also had our company where we would teach people how to trade the markets and analyze the chart, go over technical analysis, fundamental analysis, teach people how to trade and make a passive income via the market. And then one day we had a student that came down and he wanted to basically learn technical analysis. He was already invested in Bitcoin. He was already invested in the cryptocurrency space, but he wanted to learn how to trade because he wanted to learn how to trade Bitcoin, etc. Now, at the time, we were like, what on earth is it? We've never heard of this before. And he was telling us all about it. He seemed so passionate. He seemed so excited, And, we had the decision when he was talking about it, to just completely ignore him, and just say, okay, he's here for a reason. He wants to learn technicals. But we decided to take on board his enthusiasm and his passion and conviction for the space. And we looked deep into it, and we had to research fast. We had to learn fast, right? Because as far as we were concerned, this looked like a pretty interesting opportunity. And then by the time he came down again, Bitcoin was up again 20%. So we said, you know what, it's time to take this seriously. And then that's when we started heavy in crypto. That's when we started buying heavy on crypto. That's when we started essentially focusing on the crypto market just as much as we did on the foreign exchange market, stock market, etc. This became another asset class for us personally. And of course, we got into a lot of projects early now, but being an early adopter of the cryptocurrency space, you're going to have trials and tribulations. For example, Tron, EOS, and some other cryptocurrencies. I don't know. So those of you that have been in the crypto space early 2017, you would remember My Ether Wallet, I believe it was called. And we basically stored our cryptocurrencies, or myself, stored my Tron and EOS on that My Ether Wallet. And in my mind, again, I had a long-term approach. I said, you know what? I believe in this long-term. I put it aside. And guess what happened, guys? One day, I believe it was late 2018, or maybe even, late 2018. So we just left it there and we weren't checking up on it. But guess what happened? There was some type of upgrade, or I don't know what happened. But we tried to go on My Ether Wallet and it was gone. All our crypto was gone. Not all our crypto, just that side, which we had quite a large bag on Tron and EOS. We were early in that. Ended up losing it because of this upgrade. But that didn't discourage me. It just taught me to be more diligent and no, not to just have a pro. Because I know a lot of people say, if it's not on a cold wallet, it's not your crypto. But guys, I like to diversify with that now. I like to put my crypto on exchanges. I have it on cold storage on the Ledger Nano now. Also, Exodus wallet. So I have it spread out, and I've got them staking, and I've got it. Why? Because if something were to go wrong, let's say an exchange was to go down and it got hacked, etc. Okay, I lose some crypto over there. If but I still have my Nano Ledger, I still have my staking, I still have my Exodus wallet. If something was to happen with Nano Ledger, or something was to happen with MetaMask, etc., I know, okay, I've got crypto on exchanges. It taught me to be well diversified. It taught me to basically treat the way I hold my crypto kind of like any portfolio, right? Make sure I'm not too overexposed in any given area. Now, currently, we're at a stage now where, we've done so well in the crypto space, and we had a private community of our students, etc. And we decided to launch something called VLC Network, right? And That's essentially where we would combine the stock, crypto, etc. all together. And we had some nice picks early 2020 where we were basically stocking up on our crypto again because we believed it was about to take off. And we did. We stocked up on Ethereum, we stocked up on Bitcoin, we stocked up on loads of different coins that have done phenomenally well this year. And then I wanted to document it all, right? And that's why I actually started the YouTube channel. It was for a diary. I wanted to document all the cryptos that I was buying, or some of the cryptos that I was buying, and I wanted to walk everybody through the story so people can look back on it and say, wow, it's like the guy, I believe his name is Da Vinci or something like that, who made the video, just buy $1 worth of Bitcoin. And he posted this video 8 years ago. That video now has 3 million views, and it's such an iconic video, but the amount of people that he would have helped at that time, could have changed so many lives, even if it's one person, right? And that was my approach. Even if we changed the lives of 5% of our audience, that's, for me, I'm absolutely happy with that. And that's why I launched Crypto Crew. Crypto Crew, I wanted to create an audience of people, avid crypto supporters, people that really wanted to change their lives for the better and really wanted to, take whatever they're doing to the next level. And that's why we launched Crypto Crew. That's why we launched Crypto Crew Premium, which is obviously our premium service where you basically have access to our leverage trades, spot trade positions, some of the under the radar gems that we're buying that will have the potential to take off, just like Bitcoin. To create millionaires, multi-millionaires is our purpose, is our objective, right? It's no fun, being the only person making all the money, right? It's more fun when everybody's winning. And that's what makes me so excited about this crypto revolution, is everybody's getting a slice of the cake. Everybody's winning. Everybody's making money. But as the space matures, as the crypto space gets more saturated, we are going to now have the growth pains, the pains that come with growth of such a large sector, right? We're going to have, number one, regulation is going to come soon, but before the regulation, you're going to have scammers, you're going to have, not knowing when to capitalize, not knowing when to cash out, not knowing, not really having that real sense of direction, right? Even if you hold the coins, you don't exactly know what you're doing. And we want it to be the foundation to help people really take people to that next level, right? It just goes back to, the guy that came to us because he wanted to learn technical analysis so he can use it to his advantage in the crypto space. That's why we did our one-to-one sessions, because we want you guys to be able to have that same knowledge and information. But the beauty of those one-to-ones it's crypto related. So it's purely focused on cryptos. And, at the moment, everything that we do is extremely affordable. It gives everybody access, which is obviously what our objective was. We want to give everybody access and everybody the opportunity to really maximize on the biggest opportunity potentially of our lifetime. And I say this to say that. I say that to say this. What happened next will be something it's going to be so shocking to many. Many millionaires will be made. Many six-figure traders will be made. Many people will change their lives forever. But the reason why I did this video today, because I want it to be you, right? I don't want you to watch from the sidelines. I don't want you to be reading another Bloomberg article. I do not want you to be reading another story about people that have changed their lives, but it wasn't you. You fortunately have that opportunity right here, right now. You have that opportunity to change your life forever. Whether that's liking and subscribing, whether you stumbled across this video, whether that's liking and subscribing and watching all our videos, whether that's sharing this video, whether that's clicking the like button, whether that's joining Crypto Crew Standard, which you can join by clicking the link in my description, which is completely free, right? Whether that's joining that group and staying up to date with all our latest updates, whether that's signing up for a one-to-one and getting more familiar and more knowledgeable about the space, whether that's joining Crypto Crew Premium and taking your overall portfolio and trading journey to a whole different level. No matter what you do, guys, take action. Do not be a spectator. Remember, there's people who watch things happen and there's people that make things happen. You're going to be someone to make things happen, and you will change not only your life, but your family lives forever. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this update. With that being said, seize the day.